Gielinor, the magical world of RuneScape. It's divided into chunks for easy use. Welcome to Chunkman Dead Die Kill, the series where I conquer the landmass of Gielinor by doing tasks and unlocking chunks. Last episode we completed 3 tasks for 3 chunks. These tasks were completing the Murder Mystery quest, the Mage Arena mini quest, and lastly opening another 25 easy caskets for a total of 200 easy treasure trails completed. Our map expanded with the ZMI chunk, the road to Relica next to the Sinclair mansion, and lastly the deserted keep with the resource area in the wilderness. Today we will start off contemplating what our next task will be. For our next chunk we could do some more Slayer and some random levels to get another 23 total levels, but I do think that would take a bit too long. We could also try Jad again, but that's not happening, seeing that the last time we tried it was a fairly close call. And for the other bosses I still don't really want to do Calphite Queen or any of the hard bosses. And finishing the giant mole might become a good option now with our gear upgrades. But let's maybe just go for another 25 easy clues. They were fairly smooth with the additional steps we've gotten lately, so let's just go for 25 more caskets and see which is going to be the next chunk instead. And there we go, that's the next 25 easy caskets. We started at the end of 67 thieving and we're now pretty much halfway the next level. If we go back to the collection log for easy clues, we are currently at 200 easy clues completed and 47 uniques obtained. We've got a variety of items, but we pretty much only need the flare trousers. Everything else we have gotten, like the ham joint, we got a rope top last time, we got a rope bottom, which are the best prayer items and magic items we have at the moment. And for some Fashionscape we got a Team Cape X and some of the golden items. But either way, let's start opening them. Ooh, loaded clue. Steel full hem trimmed and another robe leg, our third one now. And there's our next one, an iron full helm golden. And that's it. Not much interesting in these caskets. We only got these 4 uniques and we didn't even get a duplicate. But either way, we got up to 225 easy treasure trails, so that's another task and another chunk to pick. Our 33rd clue task. Finishing 225 easy clues has now been completed. And that brings us up to a total of 194 chunks in total. And then back to our map. The last chunk we unlocked was the passageway up to the Fremnek province from the Sinclair mansion and Seer village. This chunk didn't really have much inside of it, and the chunk above is pretty much the same. It's just a bunch of trees, and the chunk next to it is a water chunk. So getting to the barbarian outpost wouldn't actually be that bad, as we can teleport here. But either way, let's hope the chunk picker gives us something interesting. Let's pick chunk. god. We got to the Fountain of Ruin, but the way we get here is just so roundabout. Maybe we can even get to the volcano next, then that will be our ending point. Starting here at the Dark Warriors Fortress to get there. The Fountain of Ruin does have its uses. We need it for an easy task in the Wilderness Diary. Not actually sure if we can now do everything in that diary, but I doubt it, because we still have a lot of the wilderness to unlock. If we look at the Wilderness Diary, the easy part, we can now cast Low Alchemy at the Fountain of Ruin, so we just unlocked that. But for the rest we are missing two parts. We don't have the Chaos Altar here, and we don't have the King Black Dragon's Lair, but all the other things we should be able to do. So that's only two tasks until we can do that diary. For now, we've just done a lot of clues. We have gone up to 1555 total level, so we are 20 levels off. And this might be a good time to do some more Slayer. We are 7 levels off killing the gargoyles, which then in turn would give us the grotesque guardians as a boss. We are currently halfway, 68. So maybe we do a few levels. We'll probably not do the entire thing to 75. And then let's maybe go and do the Guardians of the Rift minigame. That should give us some easy levels. It is our lowest level anyway. 82 strength. 69 Slayer. Nice. 75 woodcutting. We can now cut magic trees. And that's another new item, another upgrade, the Dark Mystic Hat. And there's the other unique from these guys, the Dark Mystic Boots. And it's also an upgrade. 85 ranged. 70 Slayer. We can now kill Kurasks, and that is another task we would have to skip. So we really want to get the Fremnik Slayer dungeon for this. 64 Prayer. 71 Slayer. 86 ranged. 68 farming. 84 hit points. 65 prayer. And with this Bloodveld kill, that will be 72 Slayer. We can now kill skeletal wyverns, which is actually a task we can do because we did the elemental workshop quests. With 72 Slayer, we are now 6 levels off our next total level task. We could do some more Slayer, but I'm pretty much tired of it. We're pretty much killing the same creatures over and over again, and it would be very nice to unlock some new things to slay, like for example if we get the Fremnik Slayer dungeon. We've also had to do some tutorial boosting again, because now we're at 310 points, but at one time we were like at 120. So that was getting really close because of all the things we cannot do. But either way, the last 6 levels are going to be from Guardians of the Rift. So let's go there. We have a minigame teleport getting us right through it, and let's runecraft. Alright, at Guardians of the Rift. This is going to be the inventory, so we got the small pouch, from the Enter the Abyss mini quest. We got the medium pouch from doing the quest to get in here. And then we have a chisel because we need it to make the essence. If these pouches degrade, we will have to use them as degraded ones, as we cannot repair them. Well, we could repair them, but we will have to go to the abyss each time, which is not really something I'm willing to do each time. So these pouches will have less essence in them each time instead. Then to our inventory, it's pretty much graceful with a rune pickaxe to mine the essence, the Varrock armor to have a possibility to have more. I'm not sure if this works with the Varrock armor 1, but we'll see. And then we have the celestial ring because it gives a +4 mining boost. The amount of altars we are going to be able to use is also fairly limited. We will not be able to do law runes, death runes or blood runes. Soul runes and red runes don't have an altar here in the minigame, so not to worry about those. So we'll only be able to do up to nature runes. I also asked in a poll if we would add some tasks for rifts closed in this minigame, as it seems like a boss but it's treated like a minigame, and the votes were split 50-50, so I will not be adding the tasks. So let's just do this for some of the rewards and the experience. Let's hop to a Guardians of the Rift world and let's see how it goes. With the end of our 5th game, we are now 50 rune crafting. So we pretty much got 1 level each time we closed a rift, which is pretty good. But that now also means if you go to rune pouches, we can use the large pouch. So that's going to be something we need to go to the abyss for, kill some of the creatures in the abyss, and then we'll come back with the large pouch. There we go, that's the large pouch. We killed about 63 abyssal leeches for it. Didn't take that long. And now let's get back to Guardians of the Rift. We're 6 rifts in, and now is a good time to pretty much know a bit on how this thing works. So we got some uncharged cells, we got the pouches here, and we are going to start our attempt at the large guardian remains at the eastern side. When the game starts, we're going to mine until we have about 20 seconds left on this timer here. When we're nearing the 20-second mark, let's go up and let's make all of these fragments into essence. Fill up all of our pouches. After making the runes, we have an open portal, so let's do that first, because we get a lot more essence here. So we did that timing just so we would be able to get this portal. When we can put all of the cells we get from these uncharged cells into this for some extra points, and then deposit our runes in this deposit pool and then start over once again. We're pretty much always going to check to see to get the portals. There we go, perfect timing. Now we have another portal, and we are lucky now. We can go to the cosmic altar, and this is probably going to be our last inventory. We're probably not even going to be able to give it to the guardian just in time. Just not in time, I think. But that is level 51 rune crafting already. We are 2 levels off, and when we are looking now, we have our lowest skill now at fire making. So our tiers will go into fire making next time, and our tiers are today, so that's going to happen today. either way, otherwise it's Hunter, so we're probably going to get tiers in Hunter and Fire making experience because our rune crafting experience will be a bit higher after doing this minigame. We're just about to start a new game, and if we mine this large guardian here, just once is enough, and that is going to be 69 mining. Nice. With that mining level, we actually got to the total level task we wanted. We got 1575 total. We'll finish up this game and then go to our spreadsheet, finish that task and see what chunk we are going to get. And there we go. We managed to close 11 rifts for, I think, what was that, 6 levels or 5 levels, which was really fast. We managed to even out the elemental and the catalytic energy, so we now have 27 pulls, and if you look at our pouches, our large and our medium are now pretty much broken, so it cannot contain the maximum amount of essence now. But let's put everything in our bank. Let's first of all, before we complete our task, let's see what rewards we are going to get. 27 times we can check, so let's search the reward guardian. Okay, that's the abyssal pearls. That's a new collection log item. That's an intricate pouch, also a collection log item. And that's it. We also got a diary. Not sure for what this is. Let's just drop it. And for the rest we got a fire talisman, an air talisman, and just a good assortment of runes. Let's open the intricate pouch and we get some more runes. Let's see, for 11 times closing the rift we got almost 200k. Pretty good actually. These 90 abyssal pearls will probably be spent on one of these items. Probably the Ring of the Elements is one of the most useful because it offers some really nice teleports, and otherwise we have the full outfit for more runes when we do rune crafting even in the minigame. But we only have 90, so we won't be able to buy one now. But either way, that was our total level task done. We got up to 1575, so let's go back to our spreadsheet and then our map. Before we complete our total level task, Beneath Cursed Sand is now a quest that we can do, so we added that to the list. And one thing that also did was it added chunks to our map. So if we go to our map where we have all the landmass chunks tagged, we see that the void is practically entirely gone now. We only have here at Menopause 4 left, and under the ruins of Uzer we have also 2 left, but the other part is either now filled in with water, and we also have some landmass tiles now. So let's count how many new ones there are. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, bringing our total up from 514 to 523 possible landmass chunks. If we then go back to our spreadsheet, we can complete our total level task. This was our 63rd, and now we will see that there is 163 quests and 523 possible chunks, of which we have 195 unlocked. And then back to our map. The last chunk we unlocked was the Fountain of Rune chunk in the wilderness, which makes it possible to imbue our Ring of Wealth, but it would mean we have to go in a very roundabout way to get there. In other options, we could already unlock the one below it, which would give us another point to access the Fountain of Rune, and now we also can get the Wilderness Volcano, which isn't all that great. On the other side we just have water, so let's hope we don't get anything over here. And then if we go back to our newest editions of the map, so now we have a few possibilities to unlock the new chunks. Some of them were already unlocked, but as they were a void chunk, we had a free reroll. So I pretty much locked them back again. So we see a few weird things, like here a void chunk with no adjacent chunk that is unlocked, and the same thing for this part of the water. But I'm going to leave that as is. It's just water, it's just void, so it doesn't really matter. It matters the most that we now have 4 more land chunks that we can get. We cannot do the quest yet, and I don't know how many chunks we need for the quest. So let's maybe not unlock one of these and hope for a good one instead. The chunk picker always decides for us. Nothing different here, so let's try again. Pick a chunk. Okay, that's a water chunk. We're pretty much almost at Harmony Island. So that is going to be a reroll as it was a water chunk. So let's try again. Pick a chunk. And we get another water chunk. This is just barely not land. So we get closer to sleep, which would be a terrible choice. So let's hope for a good landmass chunk as the third chunk. Pick a chunk. Or not. Going more into the water that has no other water chunks around them, so okay. Fourth chunk. Let's try again. Pick a chunk. And we get... I think this is Hazelmere's house. With a fairy ring. I know this is necessary for a quest. I'm not sure which one. But I don't think this helps us. I don't think there is anything to do over here. It would have been better to unlock the one next to it with the Yenal chunk, but okay. That will be all for this episode. Our journey just got a little longer with the addition of the newest desert chunks, but we have enough tasks to keep us company. Next episode we will continue our search for a good landmass chunk, so for that I'll see you all next week for more Chunkman progress.